What's up, guys? I'm Matt Ivy. I'm an emergency vehicle technician here in Nashville. Work on fire trucks. This is what I make my living with. It's nothing super fancy, but it's got everything that I'm going to need to get the job done. Keep these guys safe when they're battling house fires and car crashes and everything else.
If you want to stock up on parts, tracks, or tools, head over to FortisHD.com. If you have any questions, reach out, parts@FortisHD.com. Every purchase helps fund more videos like this one. Now back to the video.
Top row right here, got all my pliers, mostly Snap-on, some Tecton. This is my go-to hammer right here, the big jaw adjustable wrench from Snap-on. Some picks, some air tools up here, just little nitpicky stuff. Long reach pliers for doing pumps. The middle shelf is just sockets, extensions, ratchets. Got some old school Craftsman, some Snap-on stuff, some new Makita and Milwaukee sockets, some Tecton, and these are Sunex. These are a man's best friend. My pink ratchet. This is my go-to ratchet for everything. Another little cool ratchet is the 1/4-inch body with the 3/8 head. I've got some picks over here that have been modified. They've been cut, heat, you know, just different stuff for doing pump packing on fire trucks. In the bottom, we've got all impact. We've got Cornwell and Snap-on. We've got some box end and some ratchet wrenches on the back wall. Some more screwdrivers down there in the bottom, underneath. The bottom's got most of my power tools, my go-to power tools, and my pink handled screwdrivers. Real men wear pink. My favorite power tool brand has got to be the Milwaukee Fuel. I was a dead hard on Snap-on guy. I swapped over to Milwaukee and I'm not going back. These are my favorite go-to wrenches. These are Sunex, the open end offsets. These are used every single day. These are the bee's knees. If I couldn't have any other set of wrenches on the truck, it would be these. I go to those before I even go to a box end wrench. Especially doing hoses, that's where it's at. You can't have enough tools. You got to have 2 or 3 of everything you got on the truck. At least 2 screwdrivers, 2 wrenches, because you'll forget something on top of a truck and you'll need it down on the bottom. So it's best to have multiples of everything you got. My other favorite tool on the truck, it's actually dead right now, but is my power probe. This is for checking AC temps. Here in Tennessee, we get some pretty nasty heat, a lot of humidity. So that's my favorite. Another tool that comes in handy working on fire trucks, we can run this bore scope off in a pump and diagnose a pump without even having to tear it apart. Let's see what else we got in here. We got some standard ratchet wrenches, flex head ratchet wrenches, some hydraulic filters, hydraulic fittings, air hammers, some Blue Point tools. This is my other go-to, is my bit set. I use this thing if I'm doing anything from electrical diag to an overhaul, pump work, lights. This is the first thing that comes off the truck, just because it's got everything that I know I'm gonna need for a bit. We do a lot of T25, T27, the Torx with the security bits. So that's something that you've got to have if you're going to be doing this kind of thing. These are pump packing tools. These adjust the castle nut in a hail pump for pump packing on fire trucks. We had a guy that made those that's no longer with us, so those are near and dear to my heart. Some spanners, some hydrant wrenches. These are wrenches for hose. We do a lot of pump testing, so we'll have a big draft commander that we pull around and hook up to trucks, and we'll pump test fire trucks. Snap ring pliers, center punches. Another hammer that comes in handy for us in this field is a brass hammer. You're not marring up your edges. You're driving seals and bearings on some of these trucks, so that definitely comes in handy. Everybody needs one if you're working on fire trucks. A hydrant wrench, that's a necessity. Long ratchets for tearing down ball valves, Loctite, snap ring pliers, T-handle torch, T-handle Allen bolts. That's about it up here. This is my catch-all. This is where all the hand wipes go. I got a 4-inch grinder in there, some hand wipes, energy drink cans. I live off these things. Got a vacuum pump in there for AC, a battery tester, some tackle boxes. Just, you never know when you're going to have a light day, so you might need to wet a line. We can go on the other side. All right, in this drawer, we've got lay down pad, creeper, 1-inch impact for doing brakes and stuff on these trucks. If you're still running air, go to Milwaukee. Just little nuts and bolts, little bolt bends, brass for airline, electrical box, basically for any kind of butt connectors, Deutsch pins, anything that you need for on the electrical sides of trucks. I've got it right there. Big torque wrench, some spare batteries for my tools. But yeah, if you're not running air, if you're still running air, get a Milwaukee. It'll change your life. I had some Harbor Freight tools that I beat the living shit out of for years, and they were fantastic. So in this compartment is usually where I keep my tools, my parts. Back to Milwaukee, I got a 1/2-inch Milwaukee, my grease gun, my puller. This is a set of gauges, vacuum and pressure gauges. Just some homemade gauges that fabbed up for doing pump maintenance. Another pad up top, flashlight, some Harbor Freight specials that are beat, couple grinders, some sawzalls. Nothing too out of the, nothing out of this world in that box. It's usually cram packed full of parts. And this one is just kind of another catch-all. Got my fan for when it gets hot here. AC gauges, some mule tape for running wire, coolant refill, also known as a T-jug, and a set of baby torches. Come in handy when you definitely need them. Though you don't want to pack a full set of bottles. You just grab the little set of torches and go. You run out pretty quick, but it is what it is. You keep spare bottles with you. In the rear of the truck, we've got a North Star air compressor, 30-gallon. I've got a little dry box. It's got all my fluids, some extra transmission fluid, just any kind of fluid we need for a truck. I got a vise that drops into the receiver hitch right here that's actually incorporated into the bed. Like I said, I keep that little one on there for small jobs, but I usually carry a 14-foot enclosed trailer that I do all my lube work with. That's it on the rear. That's really it. Yeah, it's basic. You don't have to have everything. You don't have to have top of the line of everything to get this job done. You just got to have good knowledge and a good support group of guys that you can fall back on. There's going to be things that you come into that you don't really know what you're doing, but somebody else has been there and has done it before, and you just got to have those connections. And that's a big part of this page is growing those connections and getting in with those guys. Any questions, comments, drop them below, and we'll get back to you, let you know if you're interested in becoming somebody in this field. Really like to see some guys get into the fire industry. Like I said, anything y'all want to know, just reach out and I'll do my best to answer those questions.
If you have a favorite tool you'd like to showcase in action on the channel, reach out and submit your video to media@fortishd.com. Join us on our journey to tool the next generation.